For years, PLR has been one of the fastest ways for people to create digital products online because instead of spending weeks writing an ebook, creating an online course from scratch, or researching a topic for days, people could simply buy PLR, edit it, rebrand it, and turn it into something they could sell themselves. The problem is, the way content is produced online has changed quite a bit over the last few years. AI has changed how people create content at speed, and buyers have become a lot more aware of when something feels rushed or underdeveloped once they start reading it. Now, because of that, people are starting to ask whether PLR is dying, whether it still has a place, and whether it still works for building digital products in 2026. In this video, I want to break down what's actually going on, what's changing in the space, and what creators who are still getting results are doing differently.
Hey guys, Henry here from Product Creation Formula. Here at Product Creation Formula, we love to give you tips and tricks to better help you create your products quickly and easily. Along with that, we also do product reviews as well as tips on how to make money online. So if that sounds interesting to you, have you smash the like button, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Alright guys, let's go check it out.
Number 1. Is PLR actually dying? PLR itself isn't dying because the demand for information, shortcuts, and ready-made starting points hasn't gone anywhere. People still want ways to build digital products without starting completely from scratch every time. What's changed is how low-effort PLR performs. There was a time when someone could take a PLR ebook, change the cover, adjust a few sections, upload it, and still get some level of sales, just because the online market wasn't as fast-moving in terms of content style and production quality. Now the reaction is different. Once someone opens a product, they can usually pick up very quickly when something has been rushed through without proper editing or shaping. The writing tends to feel too flowery in some areas. It also gives either strange or even obvious comparisons, and sometimes it moves through ideas without enough depth or direction. This is one of the biggest problems with AI. A lot of people are taking PLR, running it through AI tools, and publishing it too quickly without doing enough manual refinement afterwards. That's where issues start to show, because AI can restructure text, but it doesn't automatically improve clarity of intent or depth of usefulness without guidance. The outcome is content that reads fine at first glance, but doesn't feel complete once someone spends time with it. That leads to situations where buyers feel like what they received doesn't match the value they expected when they paid for it. In the make money online space especially, that can quickly lead to refund requests, complaints, and reduced trust in future products from the same creator. None of that means PLR has stopped working. It just means weak execution is easier to notice once someone actually opens the product and reads through it. And creators who still take time to shape their content properly are standing out more because of that. Number 2, why PLR needs stronger positioning now. One of the biggest differences with PLR today comes down to how it's positioned before any editing or publishing starts. What I mean about positioning is, a lot of people move straight into rewriting PLR without first taking time to fully understand what the ebook is actually trying to do. The topic might look clear on the surface, but the deeper focus, the intended audience, and the main outcome often aren't properly identified before editing begins. When that step is skipped, the editing process becomes less structured. Sections get rewritten, sentences get improved, and formatting gets cleaned up. But the overall direction of the content can still feel a bit loose because there wasn't a clear understanding of the purpose behind it in the first place. This is where positioning becomes important. Before changing anything, it helps to clearly understand what the PLR ebook is about, who it's aimed at, and what result it's supposed to help the reader achieve. Once that's clear, every editing decision becomes easier because there's a direction guiding what stays, what changes, and what gets removed. Even when AI is used in the process, that clarity matters. AI works best when it has a clear direction to follow. Without that, it can spread the content too wide or add extra angles that weren't part of the original intent. Most experienced creators usually slow down at this stage. They read through the PLR properly first, identify the core idea, and only then start the editing process. That simple step makes the final product more consistent, more focused, and easier for the audience to follow. Number 3, turning PLR into faceless YouTube content. This is one of the biggest shifts happening right now. Instead of only using PLR for PDFs or written products, creators are taking the same material and turning it into faceless YouTube content. This works because YouTube allows the same information to reach a much larger audience through video, and it also creates more opportunities for long-term discovery compared to a single downloadable product. But the key part here is how it's used. Reading PLR word for word into a video doesn't work well and usually feels disconnected from how people naturally speak on YouTube. The better approach is using PLR as a base for ideas, then rebuilding it into a script that feels natural when spoken out loud. That involves restructuring sentences, adjusting flow, and shaping it into a format that holds attention in a video setting. This is where tools like AI voiceovers and simple video creation software come in, especially for faceless channels that rely on narration, visuals, and edited clips, rather than being on camera. One piece of PLR can also be split into multiple video topics, since different sections or ideas inside the content can each become their own standalone video. Number 4. Converting PLR into video courses. Another approach creators are using is turning PLR topics into video-based courses. This fits how a lot of people prefer to learn now, since watching structured lessons often feels easier than going through long written documents. Plus, people can usually get up, take a break when they need to, and go straight back to where they left off without losing their place. The process doesn't require complex setups. Many creators use slide presentations, screen records, AI voiceovers, and simple lesson structures to build courses from existing PLR material. The PLR provides the foundation, but it still needs to be expanded and shaped into lesson format so it flows properly from one section to the next. AI can support this process by helping with summarizing sections, restructuring information, and generating lesson outlines. Even with that support, manual editing is still important because the final product needs to feel clear, structured, and easy to follow without sounding automated. Number 5, using PLR topics for blog content. PLR is also being used as a starting point for blog content, where creators take the topic and rewrite it into articles that are adjusted for clarity, flow, and relevance. Search engines reward content that feels useful, well-structured, and easy to understand, so the editing stage becomes important here as well. When PLR is used directly, without much refinement, it can struggle to perform because readers expect content that feels intentional and written for a specific purpose. Plus, the blog post will get penalized if it is not edited enough, because Google will see it as duplicate content and will not push your post out where people can see it. It will be buried under maybe page 10 or 20. So, because of this, it is important that creators spend more time rewording the content, improving readability, updating information, and adding context that makes the content more helpful to the reader. AI can assist with speed in this area, but the final result still depends on human direction and editing. Number 6, breaking PLR into short-form content. Short-form content has become a major distribution method across platforms like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Facebook Reels, and Instagram Reels. Creators are taking longer PLR content and breaking it into smaller sections that can be shared individually. A single PLR chapter can be used to create multiple short videos, quick tips, email snippets, or discussion points that keep content flowing consistently. This helps maintain visibility without needing to constantly create completely new material from scratch. Number 7, building email lists around PLR topics. One of the more overlooked strategies is using PLR topics to build email lists. Instead of only focusing on selling a product directly, creators are offering simple resources like guides or checklists based on PLR content to collect emails. Once someone is on an email list, it creates an ongoing connection where updates, content, and offers that can be shared over time. This builds a more stable foundation compared to relying only on one-time sales traffic. Number 8, using AI to speed up production workflows. AI has changed how quickly content can be created, but it still depends heavily on how it's used. It can help with brainstorming, rewriting, summarizing, outlining, scripting, and restructuring content. However, when AI output is used without proper editing, the final result can feel flat or repetitive once it's published. That's where problems tend to show up. Creators who are getting better results tend to use AI as a support tool rather than relying on it to produce the final version. Number 9, combining multiple content formats together. Another approach creators are using is building multiple content types from the same core PLR topic. That can include videos, blog posts, email sequences, guides, short-form content, and video courses, all built from one foundation. This approach helps extend the reach of a single idea across different platforms and formats, rather than treating each piece of content as separate and unrelated. Number 10, building audiences first before selling products. A shift that's become more noticeable is the focus on audience building before selling products directly. Creators are focusing on building trust through consistent content, whether that's on YouTube, email, or blogs, and then introducing products once an audience is already engaged. This creates a stronger base for long-term sales because people are already familiar with the creator and the type of content being produced. So, is PLR dying? It still works, but the results depend heavily on how much effort goes into shaping the final product before it reaches an audience. Low-effort execution becomes easier to spot once someone actually interacts with the content, and that often leads to refund requests and loss of trust when expectations aren't met. Creators who take time to structure, refine, and properly build around PLR are the ones who continue to get results.
Hey, if you got some value out of this video, how about you smash the like button, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Hey, while you're at it, why not share? And also, leave a comment down below and let me know whether you think PLR is dying with the onset of AI. Also, to let you know that right here is a playlist of a video course that I'm doing called Simple Product Creation. It's only 7 videos long, so it won't take you long to go through. And also too, right here is an image of my head. Now if you click on that, you'll be able to subscribe. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.